Taylor Hixson, the Development Director of the Chattanooga Humane Educational Society, is here this morning to tell us about a golf tournament and more about their program. And I've made this little guy, I think, really mad this morning. Good morning, Taylor. So great to have you here.
Thanks for having us.
And they're playful this morning. Have they had their nap and they've been fed?
They
and
have.
But it's wiggling on you too. So at first I thought she might have smelt my dog that I touched this morning, but I think that they're just really playful, right?
Yes, they are. They're about 2.5 months old, so they're at that stage where they want to get into everything and play with everything. So it's not you.
Not
they're
just
just a little rambunctious.
Okay, and are they related? Because they sure look like twins.
They
almost.
are. They're brother and sister, and their names are Lilo and Stitch.
Okay, and so before we get into all the details about the golf tournament, they are available for adoption,
Yes,
right?
they are. We have about 22 kittens right now that are available, ready to go home today. And we're actually having a kitten shower tonight, so you could come to the shelter and adopt a kitten tonight.
Kitten shower. I've never heard of that before. Okay, so tell me a little bit more about that then.
So we call this time of year kitten season because we're just inundated with kittens, and with those kittens come a lot of special needs. A lot of them come without mothers, so they need to be bottle fed. They need to have special attention because they get sick very easily. So a lot of that, we just need bottles and heating pads. So we're inviting people to come and bring a donation, and we'll have a wine tasting and come play with the kittens and maybe take one home.
Right, and you said it's kitty season. I had a question for you. I thought of you the other night. I was out walking at a local park that I walk at, and it seems to be that there was a lot of like kittens and cats, and I saw someone just pouring a bunch of food out of their car, feeding those cats. But that's not necessarily, I was thinking that's probably not a good idea, right?
It is good to feed them, but it's really important to capture them so we can spay and neuter them so that there doesn't continue
an
to
overpopulation, right?
And then you don't have to feed them eventually, hopefully one day, because we won't have that problem anymore.
Right, exactly. I promise we will play in 1 minute. Tell me about the golf tournament that's coming up.
So the golf tournament is going to be really fun this year. It'll be at Bear Trace on June 17th. Chattanooga and Chattacakes Bakery is providing lunch. Heaven and Ale has provided a couple kegs. We'll also have some theme shots throughout the course. And then while we tally the score, we'll do a wine tasting and we'll offer chair massages.
Oh, wonderful.
Yes.
So even something for even maybe people that do not play golf, that just
Exactly.
want to come maybe with a friend and take advantage of those. I saw some pictures of that. I think it was last year. We may have some of those. But it seemed like that everybody just really enjoyed themselves, and it was such a great cause. Tell me about what the money for that event goes to, because you mentioned some programs, and obviously you've already talked about some of your needs that you have.
Yeah, it goes to a few different things, just to house and feed the animals. And then we have a special needs program where if we have like a dog or a cat that comes in that's been injured, maybe hit by a car, at a lot of shelters those animals would just be euthanized, but a lot of times they're 1 or 2 years old, and if we can just get them treated, then they can live a long, happy life and be healthy and find a home. So that's what those donations will go to be able to help animals like that.
Right, and you mentioned volunteers. It's summertime. There may be even some kids out there looking for jobs. I have 3 that I might send your way that are probably watching this morning. Do you have needs like that for people to actually volunteer there, though?
Definitely. We always need volunteers. Just walking the dogs or cuddling the cats. It really makes a difference in their day. But one of the things that I love about our volunteers is they all have unique talents, and they all find ways to apply that to the shelter. We have photographers who come in and take pictures of adoptable animals, or guys who are good with tools that come in and build fun things for the cats to play on, or beds for all the dogs to have in their kennel. So definitely, that's one of the things that I really like.
All right, and tell me their names again, because if you have, I know there's probably a lot of kids that do watch, that are watching, that are out for school. That one looks like he just needs a big play buddy.
Yes, I think
so. What are their names again?
Lilo and Stitch, and they are brother and sister.
So if you would like to adopt them, they are available. They're all ready. Taylor, we always love having you here. Give us the information again for the golf tournament where people can go. Can they just go to your website?
Yeah, you can register at heschat.org.
All right, and there's all the information right there on your screen. And now